J. Alright, welcome to the Average Joe Sports Talk Show. I'm your host, Jay Real. Welcome to our Friday edition of the show. We are really excited because we are going to cover some interesting topics today. So, again, no messing around. We're just going to jump right into it. Right off the bat, we're going to talk a little NBA. That's right, the playoffs are set up. Lakers have made it. Utah is out. Actually, LA jumped to the 8th seed to the 7th seed, overtaking Houston on that final win against them the other night. So with that said, how does it set up? LA is going to be going against the San Antonio Spurs, and they lucked out because if they would have got OKC, they would have got blown out of the building. So, for right now, the way it sets, LA is going to go against San Antonio again, as I mentioned just a little bit ago, for that first round of the playoffs for them. Now, they have a chance of winning this. As long as they can keep Tony Parker under control, not let him have his way, they should be okay, even without Kobe Bryant, who again is out for the season with an injury. How does this play out for the rest of the league? Well, I believe again it's up to OKC or the Clippers to push Miami. If they get a chance or an opportunity to face them in the finals or in the semifinals, I hope and I pray that they can give them some competition, but I very likely doubt it. It's Miami's championship to lose, and we will see if they do it. There's just that one glimmer of hope that someone will please give them some competition this season, and Miami won't run out 4 games in a row throughout the whole playoffs, sweeping every team they play. So, moving on to more NBA news, coaches are being let go, coaches are being asked to resign. Folks, this is a players' league. The superstar of that team, whichever team it may be, is the leader, is the inspiration, is the money of the franchise, and they're going to have more than likely final say on a lot of different avenues when it goes to the team. So, it's sad that it's like that, and we hope that at some point in time that owners and coaches will be able to take over their teams again and not allow the talent to run the team. Until then, right now, that's just the way it goes. We just hope that all these coaches that are getting fired, Byron Scott, poor guy in Cleveland, got terminated after 2 or 3 seasons with the Cleveland Cavaliers. What is the guy supposed to do with that team? This guy, I feel sorry for him. He has rings, he has titles. He goes to the Cleveland Cavaliers, and after 2 or 3 seasons gets ran out for not producing an effective team. But come on, the guy was dealt a bad hand. So that's just sad. NBA is going to be very interesting. Playoffs start this weekend, so we can't wait for that to get started. It's going to be real interesting again to see what happens. Moving on, again, no commercials on this show. We're just going to keep moving ahead, pulling right ahead. Let's get to some NFL. The draft is right around the corner. As we mentioned in a previous show, draftees are not wanting to attend the draft where they have to sit there, look at the camera, and cross their fingers that they get picked within the top 10 or so, so guys are staying home. Now, with that said, some players might be getting moved around draft time. One is, in particular, that we're interested in is Tim Tebow. There's been talks about him possibly going to Seattle. There's talks of him possibly going to Tampa Bay, Jacksonville. Folks, let's just put it this way. Tim Tebow is working with the quarterback coach. He's trying to work on his footwork and on his release. Those are his biggest flaws and problems when it comes to being an NFL quarterback. So his coach is really working hard to eliminate those bad habits and to create a new system for him and a new way for him to be as a quarterback. Are any teams in the NFL going to give this guy a chance? It's not looking very good for Tim Tebow. But again, I have a feeling that this guy is going to produce and he's going to be a winner, just like he always has been. He shows class, he shows professionalism, and he shows a desire. He has that hunger in him to compete, and that's what we love to see. on the football field. So we're real happy for Tim Tebow if he gets a chance, and if not, as we said prior in the prior show, there's always arena football. There's already a team in Orlando ready to sign him right now today to give him the opportunity to practice, learn the craftsmanship of being a quarterback, and we really hope that either way he's very successful. Now, to a more disturbing story. Everyone is familiar with what happened during the Boston Marathon. We did not touch this on Tuesday's show. It was real fresh on the minds of everybody. It just had happened, so we didn't have all the information or the facts. So we didn't really want to, get too much into that at all. So we just waited till to this Friday show. Now, we're not going to get into the specifics of what happened. Everyone knows that two bombs went off near the finish line of the Boston Marathon. And all we're going to say about this topic is just when any other horrific event happens against us, we always seem to overcome, endure, and uprise in those tragic events and show why we are the greatest country in the world. And it's not more relevant or more shown than during the Boston hockey game, I believe it was Tuesday night or Wednesday night, where the singers started doing the national anthem and the whole crowd, I mean thousands upon thousands of people took over, and the singer just had to basically stop and allow the just average people, the average Joe people, that's right, our average Joe, the crew, people just started singing so loud and just overtook the song, and it touched everybody by the heart, in their heart, and it's a very beautiful way to see how we as the United States and as a people, the average Joe people, can overcome tragedy wherever it may occur here in the United States. So we just have to say big ups to the Boston people, to the families that had lost during that tragic event. Our prayers are with them. But to wrap up our show, we're not going to go into any other sports. This was an event that we feel we need to end on and just give our silence after this, of this particular area of the show, to say, our hearts are with those folks, our prayers are with those folks that endured loss, the folks that endured injury and their family and friends. And we hope that with the events that have occurred over the last 24 hours, that it'll let people know it doesn't matter what soil, what ground they're from. If they mess with us, they will pay a price. They will have to face justice. And that even though their intent was to really cause us harm, it just pulls us closer together. We pray for those lost. We pray for their families. And we can move on and endure and grow with every tragedy that comes against us here in the United States. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and end this show with people knowing that we are going to have you in our prayers there in Boston and all over the world, And we shouldn't just say the United States. Anyone that has tragedy happen to family and friends, it's just tragic, and everyone deserves to be safe and live in a place where you're not being killed for no reason. So again, with that, J Real's going to wrap up with thanking our Player Zone, hooking us up with the house, hooking us up with the availability to come to you all and give you a little bit of sports, let us rant and rave to you all a little bit, get it off our chest. Folks, we just want to say thank you so much. Be sure to tune in to Tuesday's show, where we will have more information on the NFL, more information that's going on over the weekend, and bring it right to you with J Real for real. Peace and much love. God bless.